The Jack plugin, found in the Functions tab or FP tab and in the Tools folder, stands for just another clock. So it's another way to make a clock. And the way this works is that we actually need to use this on a font. So I'm going to drag a font down here and just kind of square this up, scale it up a little bit. And I'm going to go back into my built-ins, my FP tab, my Tools folder, and I'm going to drag this Jack function down onto my font container. And when I do that, you can see immediately that it changes this to a clock, and it's set to the clock on the computer. So when we come into the Jack editor, the first thing that we have here is mode, and by default it was set to time, so it did change that to the time on the computer. And we can also change this to date. Our other options within this function are the hour format, and by default lead 0 is off, so we can turn the hour off or we can turn it on. And we also have this option for lead 0. So if lead 0 was on and it was 1 a.m. in the morning, then we would see a 01 instead. Now we have a minute format, which we can turn off as well. The on turns it on, and there's also a lead 0 there as well. Second format, it's off by default, but we can turn that on, and it adds a second to it and also an option for a lead 0. Now down below we have an hour minute separator. By default it's set to semicolon, but we can change it to a period, a separator, or a dash. We also have the option for blank, and we also have the option for off. Now if we have these semicolon selected or any of these other options selected, notice how it's blinking down here. We have the option under blink mode to turn that blinking off. We have a minute second separator, so if we have our seconds on, we can then separate our minutes and seconds, and we have the same options here: a semicolon, a period, a slash, and a dash. We can also turn it off, leave it blank, so we'll set it to our semicolon. Below we have an AM, PM, or 24 hours. By default it's set to 24 hours. When we change it to AM/PM, we get a couple of more options here, and one of them being a time meridian separator, which is off by default. Again, we have the same options, so we can add a semicolon, a period, a slash here, or a dash. You also have an AM/PM format set to AM small case, PM small case, or an AM/PM large case. Down below we have the hour correction. So if your computer clock is wrong like mine, or you needed to set it to a different time zone, you could offset the hour here using the hour correction. Also, you can use it to correct the minute or a second correction if your clock is a little off.